Okay, but how Gyaru is Gyaru anime actually? Are they capturing the culture? Are they just blonde hair or tan skin? So today, I'm going to review the most known or most popular Gyaru anime and Gyaru characters, starting from the OG Super Gals up to the modern stuff like Hokkaido Gals are super adorable, and I'm doing it as a Gyaru myself. So let's talk about the authenticity. Not to rank whether they are fake or real, but to explore what parts of Gyaru culture that anime chooses to show and what it lifts out from the anime. Have you ever watched a gal and thought, is it actually Gyaru? Are they confident? Are they misunderstood? Or are they even written as real people or just aesthetics? So hi, I'm Lily Sugar Gal. I haven't been Gyaru for years and years, but becoming a gal have changed the way I see myself. I become more confident. It's about self-expression, and I feel like I'm shining like a black diamond. Before we start, what is Gyaru? For anyone new, Gyaru is actually not just a fashion trend or makeup trend that is in TikTok or social media, but it is a youth culture started in Japan mainly as a rebellion against strict beauty standards. So like dark pants, light pants, and then nails, dyed hair, blonde hair, makeup, loud personality, strong confidence. So Gyaru is about standing out instead of fitting in. If you're doing it too much, it means that you're doing it right. The big Gyaru boom was especially strong in the late 90s and early 2000s. The boom of Shibuya 109, magazines like Egg, Potin, Ranzuki. That era shaped what a lot of people think of as classic Gyaru. But Gyaru didn't disappear, it evolved, so that's why I think that it's really interesting to see how anime portrays Gyaru across different generations. Okay, let's start with the very first point in our timeline. If there's one anime that captured the energy of early 2000s, Super Gals. This is the one. You know, this anime came out in 2001, right when Gyaru culture was at its peak. The fashion, the attitude, the drama, the friendship. You can feel that it's very at its time. The main character, Kotobuki Ran, or Ran Kotobuki, she is a Gyaru, but not because she looks like one, but she also lives in it. She has values. I really like her, and she has strong opinions. She's loyal to her friends, but she also has flaws. In my opinion, what makes Super Gals important is not because it's old, but it's because of the specific time when it came out. In early 2000s, Gyaru was not universally accepted. Gyaru was not cute and trendy like it is now. They are known for being delinquents, troublemakers, or bad girls. Teachers don't like them, parents are worried about them, and society kind of like judged them so harshly for not fitting into the Yamato Nadeshiko ideal. So when you see these characters in Super Girls being misunderstood, judged, or being looked down on, they're not exaggerating. That was just real what happened back in the days. And this was how one of the character, Mami Honda, was portrayed in Super Girls, and I think it was really interesting and very important to look at. She is such an important character that not so many people talk about because she was hiding her identity from her family and from the guy that she likes. But Mami isn't hiding because she's fake, but she's hiding because society told her that Gyaru is not acceptable in certain spaces, and that just tells everything about the era. Ran, on the other side, is the opposite. She refuses to hide, and she is loud, she is proud, she's confident and unapologetic. But even then, she's fighting all the stereotypes. That's why I call Super Gals kind of like the Gyaru Bible. Not because it's perfect, but it captures the emotional reality for being a Gyaru back in that era, back in that time. After Super Gals, I feel like there's a huge long gap between 2001 to 2016-ish, because I couldn't find any anime that solely focus on Gyaru theme, but I remember other Gyaru side characters that existed in many famous animes, and a few of them, like for example Junko Enoshima from Dandadan. I think she's probably the most famous Gyaru coded characters ever. There's also Mikoto Ayura from Saiki Kusuo. She has, you know, tan skin, dyed hair and makeup. I really love her. And there's this one that I really like, Matsumoto Rangiku from Bleach, especially on those fillers episodes when she went to the real world and then she got that fake body. She always dressed up very charming, you know, like I feel like her fashion is so Gyaru. And there's definitely other famous animes that have side characters with very much Gyaru aesthetics or Gyaru personality. But okay, if we jump to 2016, then we have Please Tell Me Galko-chan. Now, I have mixed feelings about this one. It's a mini series, so the episodes are super short. Each episode is basically answering these, let's say, curious 18 plus questions about girls' bodies or stereotypes. Honestly, the main character, Galko herself, is such a vibe. Like, she's the standout girl in the class in school and she's gorgeous. It feels like she's calmer compared to, for example, Ran Kotobuki in Super Girls. She's blunt, for sure, but she's also super wholesome. I like that she likes cooking, for example, because I like cooking too. Cute thing I notice about her is that she's a very curious individual. Like, she always go around and being so curious about what her friends are discussing about or looking at. But in so many ways, she's also very much innocent. I also love this part in one of the episodes where she went out with her friends and then she dressed up Gyaru, you know, she dressed up really cute in a green crop top. One of her friend was like, hey, what are you wearing? And she just looked at her and screamed at her, don't judge a person by how they dress. Oh my god, I like that. You know, preach, girl. That is just the right Gyaru manifesto there, and I love it. I love her energy. I also love how she treats her nails like they're sacred, because if your nails aren't on point, like, are you even a gal, if that makes sense? It's not even just when you have acrylic nails, but even when you have your just natural nails, she really took care of it. She even took care of her friends' natural nails. I like the vibe. Another touch that I really like in this very short anime is that Galko has a sister that is also a Gyaru, and she even is a model for a gal magazine. Her sister seems to be like a fun person as well, like mischievous, because from the anime she seems to, it's only like a short bit, but she seems to like to tease Galko or like making fun of her, like scaring her in some way. So that is a bit cute, like, you know, the sisters dynamic. But from that point of view, you can also see that being a gal can be a family thing as well. So that's really cool. But overall, like, this series is not my #1 favorite, even though it's cute and it's quite wholesome just to watch. But it's 18 plus, you know. But then as a character, Galko-chan and her friends, Otaku and Ojo, they are super wholesome, and Galko is just one of this gal who wants to live her gal life without being judged. Jumping to 2017, we have this famous Hajimete no Gal, or translates to My First Girlfriend is a Gal. And I feel like finally we get something full, because compared to Please Tell Me Galko-chan, that one is kind of like a short series, you know, like it's only 7 minutes per episode, but this one you get a full anime finally. But the story is quite simple. It's about a boy, a high school boy that is still virgin, Junichi, and he desperately wants to have a girlfriend. And he ends up having a Gyaru as a girlfriend, Yame Yukana. It was a bit boring at the beginning, but I kind of liked the anime a bit after watching it a bit longer. What I like about the main character, that is a Gyaru, Yukana, she is so gorgeous. Like, I really like how she dressed up outside of school. Even with her school uniform, the way she ties her jacket on her waist. She's very confident as a person, but also shy in front of Junichi. Very open-minded and very, you know, like unapologetic. Her soft femininity, I really love her. Even when she has doubts, she faces her doubts with confidence. She does not bring herself down, and she does not try to make herself upset for a long period of time. And I really like that personality. I like her positivity. And then we have her friend, Honjo Ranko, and I personally see her kind of like a classic Gyaru. She kind of more loud as a person compared to Yukana. She go out and fight people. She's more playful as well. I really like the friend group dynamic in this anime because Gyaru is about community, right? Like you support each other, you uplift each other, or you even conquer the world together. You know what I mean? And then there's a one funny thing in this anime is when there's this character called Fujino Kinene. She is not a Gyaru. There's one time where she tried to be a Gyaru because she wants to win Junichi's heart. She started looking up the internet and see how she can be a Gyaru. She tried to learn Gyaru slang, but then the fact that she end up using outdated Gyaru slangs is a bit funny, I think. But because of that, you can feel the generational gap. One other thing that I genuinely appreciate is also that they not only dress them up as a Gyaru and that they have Gyaru personalities, but they also place them in Gyaru spaces. What I mean by this is that they do Gyaru stuffs like going to Shibuya or 109 for shopping, and then they go on karaoke after school, they go on a vacation to the beach together. It's really fun to see that they are also doing this chaotic teens things together, and that is very Gyaru. Coming next, we have this anime, Don't Toy With Me, Nagatoro from 2021. I will be a bit careful here because a lot of people tag this anime as Gyaru, but the more I watch it, the more I question myself whether this is actually a Gyaru anime or is it just a senpai dynamic anime. At the first glance, if you look at Nagatoro, she does have a lot of this gal looks and personality by the way she has tan skin, she do her nails, and then she also have a very confident body language. She is slightly flashy and trendy in some way, and she also has this teasing personality. So she could be a Gyaru, but the more I watch this anime, I don't see her representing Gyaru culture. So I don't know, that is my personal opinion. The more I try to think about it, it feels like her character actually revolves around more of this power play or her dynamic relationship with her senpai. So I cannot say much about this anime, but I do feel like it's trying to use gal flavor to spice up the rom-com formula instead of portraying the Gyaru identity or culture itself. So, now we have to talk about the GOAT, my dress-up darling from 2022, the one that everyone knows, Marin Kitagawa. She's the queen. I mean, like, I even collect the mangas. I have more in my shelves, and I watch the anime as well. I love her. She's so stunning. Her energy. I really, really love her energy. Marin is what I would call the high-spec gal. Like, she is popular, she's stunning, but she's also a massive nerd for the things she loves. And that is so Gyaru. This culture is all about being obsessed with what you love. It can be that you're obsessed with para-para, you like doing para-para, or I'm obsessed with my nails. For Marin, in her case, she loves cosplay. And she doesn't care whether other people would think that her interest is weird. So she's so unapologetic. I love that she's the one who approached Gojo. She's very confident, but also she's super kind. It's not that kind of dynamic where this popular girl is bullying this person who is not popular. That is very common in other anime. But Marin treats him like a human being when other people was ignoring him. To me, Marin represents Gyaru. Gyaru culture, Gyaru beliefs, because she is someone that uses her confidence to lift people up. So she's literally a diamond, you know. Next up is More Than a Married Couple But Not Lovers from 2022. I actually really like this one. But I mean, the plot is a bit wild. High schoolers are forced to live as a married couple for a school project. Oddly happens in anime. But Akari Watanabe, the main character, she does definitely look so fascinating as a Gyaru. And the other main character, which is Jiro, at the start of the anime, he views Akari as a very loud person. He judged her for being vulgar, and that she also might treat people like him, which are outcasts, like idiots. So he has all of these boring stereotypes upon her until he finally learned more about her when he ended up being her partner in this married couple school project. So it's quite interesting to see the character development in this anime. But as the show goes on, you can see the vulnerability. I mean, I think this is super important because a lot of people always see Gyaru as this invisible I don't care icons, as if they're super strong. But Akari, she shows that sometimes we can feel insecure too. Like, we have feelings as well. We sometimes get discouraged and we sometimes act stupid in front of our crushes as well. Like, that can happen. So every time you see Akari being at home with Jiro, the mask comes off a little bit, if you know what I mean. I mean, Akari is an absolute gal. Like, her hair, her makeup, they're all perfect. Her personality, her looks, she's gorgeous. But she's also just a girl with feelings, not just an aesthetic. So it kind of like shows that being loud and proud is also sometimes a choice that we make every day to stay brave. So coming to 2024, we have to talk about this one, Dandadan. It's not a gal anime because it is more about this supernatural battle series where you fight all these alien monsters, this weird stuff. But the gal representation in this anime is top tier. Now if you search for Gyaru anime, for some reason Momo Ayase, the main character, and her friend Kei comes at the top. Like, they're the most popular right now. I can see people cosplaying as them. But first, let's talk about Momo Ayase. She is serving pure Kogal energy. I love her style because it feels like a 2024 update of a classic Kogal look. You know, the oversized sweater, the short skirt. She's also loud, she's fierce, and she's a fighter. She stands her ground and doesn't take any nonsense. And that is what exactly being a strong gal is about. But again, we have to talk about Kei, because seeing a man by Gyaru in a modern anime series in 2024, like, ice cream! It is super rare to see Manba Gyaru represented correctly. She has the full-on dark tan, you know, her white makeup around her eyes, the sticker deco. It was such a surge because this anime is not totally about Gyaru, so I don't really have so much to say other than their characters are super interesting. I am really happy that they portray Momo and Kei in a very accurate way. Their personalities, their looks are top tier. It is such a cool thing to see how they put Momo, that is a Kogal or Shiro Gyaru, next to an extreme Ganguro. It's very cool. And for a lot of reason, it just shows this, you know, real gal circle within the friendship. And no matter how extreme your sub-style is, whether you take the original old Ganguro style back in the 90s and 2000s, or you look just as modern as Momo, you're still a Gyaru. You're still rocking the world with your looks. Now, we have Hokkaido gals are super adorable. And this anime actually sits specially in my heart because, first of all, it's the setting. It's not Shibuya, it's not Tokyo, but it's Hokkaido. So we're talking about snow, sub-zero temperatures, 6 months winters, and the blizzard core. Like, I can relate to that. And the fact seeing Minami, the main character, standing outside in snow with a very cute school uniform and refuse to sacrifice her aesthetic, like, that hits different because I do that too. Because let's be real, I mean, Gyaru isn't practical fashion. It's commitment, it's dedication, and it's kind of like, I will still look cute even though I'm literally freezing, you know? But that is the ultimate gal energy. You still have to look cute even though it's freezing outside. You live with it. It's mind over the matter, you know? Live Gyaru. What I really love about Minami is also her personality. She is warm, very outgoing as a person, and she likes a little teasing as well. But overall, she has no mean girl energy. And I love how she wants to have a girlfriend when she's trying to approach Sayuri, and she end up being friends with Sayuri. Like, I love how the plot is going. I also love her reaction when she met Tsubasa for the first time at the bus stop, and then he told her that he's from Tokyo, and you can see the sparkles in her eyes that she got so excited knowing that he's from Tokyo. And I can kind of relate to her because, you know, I also get so excited. I really want to go to Tokyo because that's where the boom came from. And I think that reflects the culture right now. And that is also why Hokkaido becomes kind of like a important point here, because being a Gyaru is not location locked anymore. You can find Gyaru everywhere now, literally in every part of the world. I'm a gaijin Gyaru. I don't live in Tokyo. I don't hang out in Shibuya, and I'm still a gal. And seeing character like Minami exist so naturally in a rural and snowy town in Hokkaido, it feels symbolic. Now, this one is interesting. If you want something that feels like a hidden karma is being placed in an actual life, you have to watch See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. It is super wholesome, super short anime with just 6 episodes only. You can literally watch it in just one sitting, and I highly recommend that you watch this one. Why? Because it is super wholesome. It literally just about 2 girls, Wada and Yamamoto, sitting in a mall food court and talk. That's it. That's the plot, nothing else. It's super brilliant because it's just super real. So between these 2 girls, Wada is the Gyaru, and she's probably the most unique personality that I can find as a gal. She's cynical, observant, smart, and she's definitely less emotional compared to other characters like Ran Kotobuki or Minami. And if I can be super real for a second, she gives me such an INTP personality from MBTI, because the way she mentions her niche interests that she randomly watch in YouTube. She likes, what do you call it, like, she mentioned astronomy and stuff like that. Like, that is super INTP because, I don't know, but all of my INTP friends are like that. So honestly, I see her as the most relatable personality. She proves that being quiet and being nerdy about this stuff does not make you less of a Gyaru. For me, and maybe for some of you that are watching right now, being a Gyaru was actually what helped me open up. It gave me the confidence to build social relationships and, you know, find my circle. The reason why this anime is super wholesome is because, you know, their conversations in the food court might be what it looks like in my group chat, if that makes sense. They talk about social media, hobbies, school, you know, just everything in life in general. And it captures that after school hangout culture so perfectly. So in this anime, even though you're just grabbing a bite in a mall and you're talking about all the cynical stuff in the world, the spirit is still there. It's all about the mindset, the bond with your besties, with your circles, and just existing as your truest self. So watch this anime. I really recommend it. I really love this. It's super simple when it comes to the plot, but I like how they deliver the message through a super simple way. Now that we're at the end of the timeline, there's actually one more anime that I want to mention here. It's called Gal Can't Be Kind to Otaku, and this is actually a manga. So I'm really excited. I have read the manga and I really like it, and I hope that anime will turn out as good as the manga. So we see there, once I have watched everything, maybe I will make another review and share my thoughts with you guys. Now that we're at the end of the video, I would like to say thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope all the animes mentioned in this video will be an inspiration for you guys, and you kind of like know a bit better about Gyaru from anime, but you definitely want to check out what Gyaru is about in real life, because it might reflect differently in animes. But then if you have not watched any of the animes, go check them now. And if you have actually watched them, maybe you want to rewatch it or you want to reflect on it. If there are any animes that I have not mentioned, please just name it down below in my comments. Or you know, there are a lot of other side characters that I have probably not found yet. Please name them. There are some animes that I have seen as well, people talking about in Reddit and some other platforms, but sadly I couldn't find them with English subtitles or so, because they're just in Japanese. So that's why some of them are not in this video. But then thank you so much, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we're going to see each other in another video, and let me know what you think. Bye bye!